5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. Hey, TP in the house, the Messiah and the Pharaoh doing it both ways. Woo! It's been a while. I think it's been like a year without me posting anything, So I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about taking such a long time. But anyways, I'm back. It's story time. So today, I decided to work on 3 videos. I don't know, should I make this first one about my near-death experience? Let me make this one about my near-death experience. So, this is how the story goes. Nah? I hope you enjoy the story. I'm gonna try not making it a long story, but yeah. I have to think about it because I don't want to miss any details, but this goes about my near-death experience. I was on course, doing a course which I'm not gonna say what and where. That's really not irrelevant. That is irrelevant, So, that day when it happened, it was just a normal day, I was carrying on about my business, doing what I needed to be doing at that specific time, and that specific day. So, my death experience, it boils down to the allergies I have. So, let me give you a background story about these allergies. I discovered that I'm allergic to bee stings when I was about 6.5. I think I was 6. I was still in crash. No, I was 5. I was 5.5. So what I would do is, kids being kids, I would scout a flower, I would stalk a flower until, I can't remember what kind of flower is it, until the bees would come collect nectar and go into the flower. Oh, okay, I think I remember. It's one of these purple flowers we used to like popping as little kids. Like they must intertwine before they blossom. And we would pick them up, intertwined like that, and we would pop them because the air gets trapped inside and they'll make a popping sound. Yeah, it's one of those purple flowers. But now these ones that I'm talking about, they already sprouted, so the bee was coming to land for some nectar. So the bee went inside and I basically I get sprouts like this, and I basically took the leaves and I ripped off the stem. I was shaking the leaf. This is what I used to do for fun as a kid, guys. I shake the leaf, spin with it, shake the leaf, and throw it down. And just see how dizzy the bee flies out of there. The bee will be like all over the show. I used to get kicks from that. I found that really, really hilarious. I don't know why. So, the day I discovered I'm allergic to bee stings, I was doing exactly that. So I think on my 3rd attempt, and I didn't know that bees have a photographic memory, so bees never forget a face. Because I think 3 years later, one of the bees I've terrorized came back and he bit me. I was just leaving the house. Like we have a beautiful garden in my granny's place. I was still staying with my granny back then. We have a beautiful garden in my granny's place. So the day it bit me, I was leaving the house, getting ready to go to school, and out of nowhere, and for no reason, the bee just came. I don't know why. But at a later stage, I got to discover, or I got to learn that bees have a photographic memory and they don't forget. So that beef has been beefing with me until it found me. So, yeah, going back to the day I discovered that I have allergies. On my 3rd attempt, I successfully trapped a bee, and I was shaking it, and I was shaking it, and I was spinning, and I was shaking. So now, I don't know how fast that bee was, but it was really fast, and it was really pissed. But just immediately after throwing the flower away, before even the flower landed on the floor, the bee was already out. He made one huge ass U-turn and he bit me. Oh, he stung me. He didn't even bite me. He stung me. Oops. ooh, I felt it. Ran into the house. It's my first bee sting, by the way. Ran into the house. I was like, okay, that was very painful. I wanted to cry, but you know, a sting is only painful that second, and the pain kind of like subsides. So the pain kind of went down. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna be okay. Not knowing that I'm allergic, a couple of minutes into this thing, my airways started closing up, and I wasn't even aware because I was just sitting there. Obviously, I've come down from the running, so my breathing was back to normal. But all of a sudden, now I had difficulties breathing. You know, I was just sitting down, gasping for air. Like, I don't get it. Then it clicked. I was like, oh shit, I'm in big trouble. Went to my granny. I'm trying to tell her, Granny, I can't breathe. So now my granny, I was always diagnosed with asthma, but then now my granny was one of those hardcore grannies, like, no son of mine is going to use a asthma pump, you know? So I was subscribed an asthma pump, but I never got to use it. Not even a single day, I never got to use it, you know? If I had problems with my chest, my granny would, you know, vuta me. I don't know, get a bucket with boiling water, Vicks. Back then it was Ipuma. I don't know if you guys know that Puma Vaporum thing. Yeah, but it's kind of like Vicks, you know. She would get that, mix it with the water, and I would get a towel over my head, and I'd breathe in that steam. That would open up my lungs. So I never used an asthma pump. So that day, she thought I was having an attack. So now I was like, nah. So she's like, what is it? If it's not asthma, then what is it? So I showed her where the bee stung me because it was growing. It was growing, guys. It was growing. So she's like, King. It's like, naughty. And she's like, oh my God, okay, sharp. Let me take the sting out. It's like, I don't think you taking the sting out is going to help. I didn't know. I was panicking, guys. I didn't know. Taking the sting out, it was going to help. So I asked her to rush me to the clinic. She's like, okay. She went next door, I got transport, and then they could transport me to the nearest clinic. I got there. No, we didn't go to the clinic. No, sorry guys, we didn't go to the clinic. Because I already had medical aid, we went straight to the hospital. You know, it's a private hospital. We went straight to the hospital. We got there. At the moment the doctor saw me, it's like, okay, allergic reaction. I was like, whoa, nigga, good. So he gave me a couple of injections on my ass. I felt woozy and drowsy. I went to sleep. When I woke up, I was perfectly fine. I was breathing perfectly fine. There was no oxygen on me. There was no drips on me or anything like that. So what they explained to my granny is that I am allergic to any form of sting. Bee sting, wasps, hornets, any type of flying shit. I'm allergic to it, and I should stay away from any type of flying shit or any type of flying fly that has a sting. I should stay away from it. I should have learned my lesson back then. I didn't. I had another encounter, but these are now, I was out in Africa. These are now African killer bees. But those were not bees, man. They were black. So I would call them like, they were kind of like wasps, but not the normal wasps we know. You know, the normal wasps we know, they kind of like brownish with a black strip. Those ones, they didn't have the brown. Those ones were completely black. They still wasps, but I think they kind of like cousins of now the original wasps we know. Those were totally black. Yeah. But then the encounter I had, it wasn't with me. It was with my friend. The friend I was traveling with, he got stung, you know, at the back of the head. And yeah, let me just say that was his near-death experience. It's not funny. It's not funny. None of us were laughing that day. We had to rush him to hospital. Nothing about that was really nice. Honestly speaking, nothing about that was really nice. But then he didn't know he was allergic to bee stings. And I was like, hey, we share a thing in common. And I don't know what it is about it, but I even asked his blood type. He's an A positive. I'm an O positive. So it's not even about the blood type. If you're just allergic, you're allergic. Okay, that was now my friend's story. Now, fast forwarding to my story. This happened in... When did I see Jesus? In 2013. Yeah. 2013. No, man. Yeah, it has to be. It has to be 2013. Yeah. Now, mind you, okay, I can't tell you how old I was. But yeah, I was really grown. I was really grown. So, this happened in No, I think I'm getting my dates wrong. Let me just think back. It can't be because I went to school, I came back, first promotion. No. Yeah, it is. I'm right. It is 2013. Wow, I'm accurate actually. It is 2013. So this happened in 2013 on course. As I said, I was on course. So I'm going to tell you from the sting and what happened and why I call it a near-death experience. And I didn't see Jesus. Like, no, I didn't see anyone. I didn't see no one. No one was waiting for me in the afterlife. I didn't see nothing. I didn't see no light white at the end of the tunnel, no. But let me not jump the story. Let me just tell you what happened. So, okay, I'm in uniform, cause we're on course, and just before attending class, yeah, I got thirsty. I was like, okay, I think it was before lunch. Yeah, it was before lunch. So I got thirsty. I was like, nah, man, let me go drink some water. So I get to the tap, but that now there's two other people drinking before me. So I'm just standing around and dig this. I was aware that there's a hornet's nest just on top of the tap, you know. I know I'm allergic, but I told myself, I'm thirsty, I'm going to drink this water, no sudden movement, I should be fine. You know, that's what I always tell myself when I see these hornet's nests. I keep on telling myself, oh, hey, no sudden movement, no funny business, I should be fine. I drink my water, I leave. You see? So now comes my turn drinking the water. Now, what happened is, I take my hairdress off because I can't drink water with hairdress on. So I take my hairdress off, but not knowing when I take my hairdress off that this little bugger already landed on me. He landed on my hairdress. He landed at the back of my hairdress. So when I took off my hairdress, I took it off backwards, not checking the hairdress, and it was in my hand the whole time. So I'm sure when I'm busy swinging it, I'm busy irritating this wasp, but you know, to my ignorance, I didn't know he's on my hairdress. So I bent over with my right hand, I opened the tap, I wash my hand, and I start drinking. I drink water, sharp, fine. My thirst is quenched, I'm satisfied. I close the tap. So now, this is where I got stung. The movement of me putting back my hairdress on. You know, you see this swing that you do with the hairdress. I did that with the hairdress. I swung it and I put it in. And as I was busy shaping my hairdress, I just felt a sharp pain at the back of my neck. A very sharp pain. Like, even just talking about that, ugh. Okay. Now, it's a sting motion. It just goes. So, in my hand, I go, ouch, you know? And I tried taking the headdress off because it felt like it's stinging me from the inside of the headdress. So I tried taking it off, but I couldn't do anything. I just said, ouch, and I fell. I blacked out. This is what happened. My near-death experience is I blacked out. No? I blacked out. Everything was black. I fell face first into the ground. I felt that landing because I fell on my face. fell face straight into the ground. Poof. Now, here's the scary thing. I can't move, but I can move my head. You know, in my head, inside my head, I can move my head. I don't know if you're gonna catch that. So I'm looking around at this, dark as fuck. It's pitch black, nigga. You know, I would believe when they say we came from pitch black. We came from the darkness. We came from the dark, my nigga. Yeah, I'll believe that because it was that dark. It was really, really, really that dark. Not a matter of I didn't open my eyes. Of course, in my head, I'm looking around, which means I have my eyes open. You know, I can feel myself blink, so my eyes are open. You know, but I couldn't see jack shit. I couldn't see nothing out there. Fine, but I could now hear the movement, people stepping around me. I could even feel someone jumping over my body. You know. Hey, Tabang, what's wrong? Hey, Tabang, hey, mona. You know, when people panic, it's really funny, but it's really not that funny, but it's really funny because they panicking, you not. Hey, Tabang, King, what's along? They say fits. Like, I hear everyone's voice around me, you know? The same people I'm with, I can hear voices. I can hear the voices around me. Oh my God. Now I'm thinking to myself, for whatever stung me, gave me a blackout, like, that's weird, you know? So I tried focusing and checking what else is it can I hear or sense without these people talking. I could clearly hear my heartbeat, like, doof, 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 doof. Like, I could clearly hear my heartbeat. And I tried focusing on the sting where I got stung, and the moment I thought about the place, like, which is like just here, just below my medulla, when I thought about it, I got an excruciating pain, like a headache from hell. Like, oh my God, that headache scared me so much. That headache actually made me realize that I might be dying. That's the moment when I digged, okay, whatever is happening now is very serious and this might be my last moments, you know? And, you know, realizing that these are your last moments, guess what you're going to do? You're going to pray. So I started praying. Oh, our Father who art in heaven, you know, the whole shebang. This is how I pray. This is how I pray. So change it up into Sotho. I do the English version, then the Sotho, then the English, then the Sotho. Sometimes I do Sotho 3 times. Then English 3 times, then Sotho 3 times. I don't know. For me, I believe chanting the prayer makes it stronger. I don't know. I have no evidence if that's true or not, but that's what I do. Anyways, you don't have to do that. That's what I do. So yeah, our Father who art in heaven. And then once I said Amen, Tatawana Modimo, you know, Amen. Our Father who art in heaven, Amen. Then I was like, no man, let me go back to the voices. So I go back to the voices. The voices they sound like they're coming from a far distance. But once I tell myself, let me go to the voices, it's like I'm traveling inside my body. This is the most awkwardest thing I can ever explain. It's like I'm traveling to my body, inside my body. So when I tell myself, let me go to the voices, it's like my conscience is now coming close to the ears, like coming to listen to what they're saying. The time I came there, one of my best friends, Maseko, shout out to Maseko though, she saved my life that day. She was already on the scene and she was trying to discover what's going on, you know. So she's busy asking questions because she wasn't there when I got stung. So she's busy asking people, what happened? So the person that was drinking water after me said, no, Taban just stood still and he fell. He didn't say anything. I was like, excuse me, don't stop lying. What do you mean I didn't say anything? I said, Aina. Well, in my head. I said, Aina. But not knowing Hore, I couldn't say anything. You know? So they say I just fell. So, she's busy telling people what to do. No, she's a nurse. She's a qualified nurse, by the way. You know? She's a professional nurse. Not a qualified one. She's a professional nurse. So she's busy now giving instructions. No, bend his arm, put it underneath his face, spread his legs open, bend the left knee, you know, all these things. I don't know what she was telling them to do, but I could feel the movements. Like when someone put my hand below my face, I felt that. I was like, that's a bit comfortable. Like, wow, nice, you know. And what else? She instructed them to take off my shoes, my boots, you know, and they were unstrapping my boots. They were taking my boots off. I was like, oh, okay, I felt that. That's kind of like a relief. You know, it's always a relief to have any form of shoes taken off you. You know, that's always a relief. So I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. And now she's like, can you hear me? I was like, oh shit, she's talking to me. She must be talking to me, you know? She's like, hey, hello, Tabang. Hey, honey, can you hear me? Now I'm trying to respond. Oh, well, I was responding. Not I'm trying to respond. You must understand that in that pitch darkness, my body is not responsive, you know? But I am, or my conscious, let me say my conscious is. Because I was screaming on the top of my lungs. I was like, yeah, myself, I can hear you. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I could even feel you touch me. Like I'm trying to tell her, I'm trying to communicate with her. But then now nothing is coming out, you know? And then she's like, if you can hear me, you're gonna need to do something for me. You know, like maybe blink or open your mouth or do something, you know? So I had to concentrate. I had to think really hard. I had to think really hard to do something in my body, you know? So I put all my conscious energy on moving my mouth, on moving my lips, you know? And I got it right. I don't know how that shit works. Like, I was disconnected from my body. I don't know how that works. I was really disconnected from my body. I was blacked out, but not in the sense of I can't remember what happened. I blacked out, but I was still conscious. That's the only best explanation I can give you with my near-death experience. So, I could move my mouth, but then now, this is what I said. Listen to what I said and what's coming out, you know? I said, yo, Masero, I got stung by a bee and I'm allergic. Now, that's what I said, ne? And what came out was, so, sorry for laughing, but I'm laughing at me. I'm laughing at myself. It wasn't funny that time. So myself was like, what? Say that again? Dude, I'm trying my utmost best. Like I've never concentrated so hard in my life. So I say again, I got stung by a bee or wasps and I'm allergic, you know? And that's all they heard. So at that time, I didn't know how my tongue was swollen. Like my tongue was all up in my mouth. Like my tongue was this big, but it was all up in my mouth. So Masero literally like opened my mouth up and she's like, shit, you can't speak because your tongue is swollen. So you must be having some sort of a allergy reaction. That time, when she said out loud that my tongue is swollen, I must be having an allergic reaction, I was like, yes, one to the team. She now knows I'm allergic to something. She just doesn't know what, but she knows I'm allergic to something. So I was like, oh, thank you, God. My prayers are working now, you know? But the moment she said that, then it clicked, oh fuck. If that's the case, then I must be having difficulty breathing. Same thing that came to her mind. If that's the case, nigga can't breathe. Open up. That's what she was telling everybody. Like, give him space, give him space. He needs all the oxygen he needs. Yo, he needs all the oxygen he can get, you know? Like, open up, move in space, move in space. And then once she said that, then it came to me, oh, dude, if I'm having difficulties breathing and my body gonna stop breathing, there's nothing I can do to help my body breathe. There's literally nothing I can do to help my body breathe. Because by then I'm smart enough to understand that yes, I'm conscious, but I'm not in charge of my breathing. I am not in control of my breathing. You know, my breathing, it's what my body does. It's my body's job to do that. I am not in charge. I am not in charge of doing that. It's my body's responsibility to breathe. Like, you know, when you are unconscious but you're conscious in your head, that's where you're gonna get to see how there's things you are in control of and the things you are not in control of, which is breathing. Breathing is something you are not in control of, but your body is, you know. So it dawned on me then, there and there, like, oh my shit, this is it. This is it. If my body gives up, I'm gone. I'm out of this bitch, you know. Shit scared me so hard. I started praying again. It's like, oh God, yeah, but this time around, my prayers were kind of specific. They were really specific. Like, oh my God, like, God, please, no, I can't go out like this. You know, this can't be like how I go out, like from an allergy, nigga. Like, nah, nigga, come on. I've been shot at before. Yeah. For those that don't know, I'm a soldier. I'm a soldier by profession. You know, so it dawned on me, it's like, nah, I can't go out by a stupid B, by a fucking mini B. Like something that is like 10 times smaller than I am. Like, I just couldn't accept it. I couldn't. I was so angry. Bro. I raged war to the wasps that day. You know, I would kill them all if I could. But then at the same time, prayer humbled me, and I was like, but God, like, why would something so small have the power to kill me? You know? Well, by then I understand that I am not dying, but the body is. You know, like a near-death experience, a lot of things come to you, man. A lot of things you already know. I can't say a lot of knowledge because it's things you know. It's things you know subconsciously already. Your soul knows it. You know, so when you're having a near-death experience, that knowledge comes to you that you are not dying, bro. You can't die. Your body is dying, but not you. You know. So that I knew already before even having a death experience. I knew I can't die. I knew I'm indestructible. You know. But what was said is my body was dying, and I was praying. Here I am confessing to God, telling him, but I looked after the body the best way I could. And this is how my body gonna repay me. You know, I looked after this body. Like, this is my vessel. I'm looking after it. So now I'm now facing off God now. It's like, yeah, no, but God, this is unfair. Like, dude, like I'm training very hard. I train this body very hard, yeah. I'm not going easy on this body. I train this body very hard. Whether it be push-ups, sit-ups, running, jumping, whatever. This body can do. You know, this body can do a lot of things. But then now I'm going to be taken out by a wasp. I'm going to be taken out by a bee. A bee, my nigga. A bee. So that was a very humbling moment for me. Like, that those last few prayers I did, those are very humbling. So, okay, I went back to go check on Masego. So what I discovered is she, I don't know, like put something in my mouth. I think she put like a stick and pressed my tongue down so that my airways can open up. Cause, yeah, she tried keeping the breathing going. You know, it's either when you meet someone in that situation, in that life-threatening situation, what you normally do is, there's two things you can do. It's either you put something very hard in their mouth and you let them press down, but some guys clench up. They clench their jaws up when they're in such a state. Luckily, everything on mine was loose. everything was loose, bruh. You see? Because that's what happens when your body gets into survival mode. You know? Some people tense up, I loosen up because I know this is it. Like, if my body gives in, my body gives in. I'm gone, you know? I can't come back to a lifeless body. I have to go, you know? So my body was loose, so she could open up my mouth and she got a stick. I don't know what she got, but she got something really hard to press down my tongue and some air could go in, you know. But they said I was taking very, very, very short breaths. I was like, something like that, you know. So if that had stopped, nigga was gone. On the spot, nigga. On the spot. I ain't talking about, nigga, this is how serious my allergies are. Just one sting at the back of the head could have taken my life. You know? that was a hard awakening. You know, that was very hard. Mind you, that time I'm walking around the streets like I'm tough as shit, nigga. Like, okay, excuse the French, but that's how I do. You know, that's how I walk. I walk every day like, no, nigga, I'm negative, pick it, you know, I got that mentality with me. But being taken down by a bee, oh my nigga, yo, that was the most humbling experience of my life. Very humbling. Surviving that, I knew, nah, a small thing can kill me. Now I know, very small thing can kill me. You know, something from nature, something like a bee. Nigga, that bee ain't gonna go to prison for murder. Nigga, do you know how humbling that is? Being stung by a bee. You know how humbling that is. Knowing that you can't even lay charges. Motherfucker, dog. Okay, later that day, I woke up in hospital. I'm still getting there. But do you know, even still after waking up, you can't go back and lay charges for attempted murder? You know? Those laws don't mean shit. Those are man-made laws. Those laws don't mean shit when it comes to life. Those are not laws of life. Those are laws of men. Men. Only men. That is a bee that almost killed me. Is that real? So I can't emphasize how humbling that experience was. I really can't emphasize, you know. And it showed me things I needed to see. It showed me things I definitely needed to see at that time. At that point in my life, I needed to see such things. I needed to be humbled. And I was humbled. I was like, oh shit. I take my life lightly. I take me lightly. To be taken out by a bee. Ha! So back to the incident. So now, mind you, no one has thought of calling for help. You see now, let me see. I'm 30 minutes strong into this. And I'm sure everything happened in like half this time, like 15 minutes. 15 minutes while they were waiting for help. They were waiting for an ambulance. Mind you, the ambulance is not that far, but it took the ambulance 15 minutes to reach me. That's how short life is. Life is very short. Like, I can't emphasize that much enough. Life is very short. But yeah, so Masako could get some form of air to my lungs, and I'll forever be grateful for that. I'll forever thank her till I die. Yeah. Till I die. And in the next life. You know? So the ambulance got there. I could feel the movement. I could feel now the medics came to the scene. Now I could feel the medics taking over. I could feel whatever it is that they were doing, put a drip in me and everything. And that time I was coming back to conscious a little bit because I could feel movement, which means I was coming back to my body. Let me put it like that. I wasn't in my body. I don't know where that bee took me, but I wasn't in my body. But when the medics got there 15 minutes later, I was starting to come back to my body because I could feel my arms and I could feel my legs. When I got stung, this is the only thing I could feel. I could, this literally inside my head, this is the only thing I could feel. I was trapped in my head. Let me put it like that. I was trapped in my head. So I felt that they took me to the sick bay. When I got to the sick bay, they gave me all the anti-venom they could think of because they didn't know what was wrong with me. I think I got like 7 injections. And then from those 7 injections, they could stabilize my breathing. Thank God for that. My breathing got stabilized. Only then they put me under oxygen. I don't know why they didn't do it before, but I guess they couldn't do it. I guess you can't give someone who's not stable oxygen. I guess this is now my guessing. I don't know. If you guys know better, you let me know down in the comments. They put me on oxygen, and it took my speech a while to come back. I could only speak after 2 hours of being stung. I could only speak after 2 hours. So when my speech was coming back, I was still mumbling. I'm guessing it's because of the whole soul and tongue thing. But I was like, hey, what happened, bro? Like, what? You got stung by a bee. I was like, yeah. That's what I've been saying for the past 2 hours. Then they're like, where? Like, where? Like, where? I still can't move. So imagine how frustrating that was. They're like, oh, at the back of your head. Like, oh, okay, at the back of your head. So they actually checked for the spot. They could clearly find it because it was bulged. It was really motherfucking bulged. It was bulged like a motherfucker, and they could see where I got stuck. It's like, nah, nigga, this wasn't a bee. This was a wasp. I was like, yeah, got stung by a wasp. So they're like, no, we're gonna transfer it to the hospital because we don't have that type of anti-venom for wasps. It's like, alright, cool, sharp. They strapped me up, ambulance. This is now 2 hours after being stung. Hospital, I got there, but I only went there for the injection. I got there, they gave me injection. Then, only then, I can't say the injections worked. I just needed time. But I can't say I didn't need the injections, But yeah, it took time. It took time for me to be fully in my body. I got back and, I think I took a nap. I think everything blacked out. From the darkness I was in, everything darkened again. And I was blacked out. And then when I woke up to me opening my eyes, like my physical eyes. I woke up to me opening my physical eyes. I was the happiest sight ever, like just seeing people like, oh my God, I'm back. No more darkness, I'm back. Well, the doctor had a couple of questions for me, could answer the questions. What day is it today? What do you remember about everything happening? It's like, well, oh God, excuse me. It's like, what do I remember? I remember everything. Everything, my nigga. I never went anywhere. I've been here all along. And my near-death experience was different because I've listened to other people's near-death experience. Some people have actually stepped outside their body and looked down on their body. Until now, their body is taken to a hospital. They follow their bodies like, hey, don't leave me behind. Then they follow their body to the hospital only to go back to their bodies in hospital. And then when they wake up, they're like, yo, I had a near-death experience. Like, I saw my body. I saw myself outside my body. And I didn't see myself outside my body. I was still in my head. I didn't leave my head. I didn't leave my head. I could still hear everything. I could still feel everything. Yeah. I could still talk. You see, like this inner voice that you have inside your head, that is you. That is your soul. That is you speaking. You can speak to yourself without even moving these. You understand? That is you speaking. That is your soul. That is the voice I was. That's the voice I am without this body. That's the voice I am. I still could speak without this body. I still could communicate with people without this body. I was trying to tell them I got stung by wasps. And it almost finished me. That was almost the end of it. Oh my God, life is too short. So yeah, I woke up in hospital. Just to wrap it up, I woke up in hospital, answered the doctor's questions, and I got sent back. Oh, one last thing about coming back, the headache. The headache was bad. I had a headache for like 6 days straight. 6 days. 6 days straight. The headache was bad. I lived off painkillers. And headache medication. Because the headache was really bad. And it wasn't the frontal lobe. It was here at the back. Oh, the headache was bad. The headache was very bad. So yeah, that's it. That's my near-death experience story. And life was never the same ever again after that. Knowing that a mere bee can kill me or mere wasp can kill me. I don't say mere because out of disrespect. No, I got much respect for those because those things can take life. Those insects, if I can call them that, they can take life, you know. And at a later stage, it actually made me study bees. I know a lot about bees now. I know a lot about wasps. I know a lot. I really know a lot. I've studied. I've taken time off to study. You know. But yeah, God's creation is God's creation. There's nothing man can do, you know. My near-death experience, like it opened my eyes to a whole lot of things. There's people who are allergic to plants, you know. There's people who are allergic to some type of pollen. So imagine being killed by a plant or a tree or a fruit. Imagine. Because I'm allergic to guava. I didn't know until I first had an encounter with a guava. You know, a guava from Venda, you know. That's when I discovered I'm allergic to guava. I was like, oh my God. So a guava can kill me, basically, literally, you know. So it makes you look at life differently, man. It makes you look at this whole thing different. But yeah, that is now my 2 cents on my near-death experience. Yeah, if you like the story, please give me a thumbs up. If you want me to give you another story about another day or another thing that happened, please let me know in the comments and I'll sure give you another story. Peace out, guys. This is TP. You know, the Messiah and the Pharaoh doing it both ways. Peace out, guys.